So, some years ago, while I was still in school, my friend introduced me to something in which he called as a side hustle that I could use to fend for myself in school and all that. So he introduced me to sports betting. He told me about everything that it involves. So I knew nothing about it back then. All I did was just to follow his instructions. I just followed his instructions, I installed the app and all that. It was one that selected the games and he gave it to me, gave me the booking code. So all I did was just to deposit into my own account and place the bets. So back then I deposited 2,000 naira into it. I used the whole of that 2,000 naira to place bets. 2,000 naira to place the bet. I've forgotten the odds, but it was a very huge odd. So at the end of the day, after 90 minutes, after the whole game ended, I won 12,000 naira. And that's one thing about sport betting. There's a spirit involved in it that most of the people, their first trial will always result into profit. There's every possibility that the first time you will win the game. And I see that as the fact that a spirit is trying to draw someone into it. Someone said something about someone else, that this person was not really interested in sports betting, but because of a particular problem and all that, he eventually found himself in it. And the very first time this guy played it, he played with 100 naira, and guess what? He won 11,000 naira. So there is every possibility that the first time you win, and the moment you win, something will want to push you to play again, and that thing will be speaking in your mind that you have won. So there's possibility that you will still win again. So keep trying. So as I was saying, I won around 12,000 naira, I think, back then. I can't remember the exact amount and the exact word. So my addiction has started from there. I withdrew parts of it. I used that to sort some of my bills in school. I left the rest there to rebet again. I think the second time I won too. The third time I won too, I think. Then after some time, I started losing. I resorted my money there. I still deposited another money in it again. The addiction started. I found myself in it gradually. And guess what? Back then, I was born again. I've given my life to Christ. But I saw nothing wrong in it. I was like, there is no big deal. There is nothing wrong. Just like a lot of you are thinking that it's not a sin. I'm still going there. There is not a sin. In fact, I did my findings. I discovered that it is not illegal. It is a legal company. Sports betting is a legally accepted company here in Nigeria. So I was like, since the country accepted it legally, so there's no big deal, there's nothing wrong in it. I continued. I was playing, winning, losing. And the addiction got to the extent that if any money enters my account, the first thing that would come to my mind is that how I will send some of those money. I will send some of that money to my Sportsbet accounts and place a bet with it. The only thing I was able to save myself from is that I didn't use my school fee. I was able to prevent myself from using my school fee to play bets, and I was able to prevent myself from using my project fee, my project money to play bets, in which some fell victim of that. Some used their school fee for it and all that. It's an addiction. It's not their fault. It's the spirit that pushed them to it. So there was a particular period at which my losses were so constant there. Like, almost all the time I played, I would lose. Like, my losses were really, really constant. I fell into depression because of it. I was depressed. Like, how come I'm losing a lot of money to this? Like, I'm seeing so many people out there that they are actually making it big from sport betting, and that is where the problem lies. Another problem is our celebrities here in this country are not helping us. You see them every weekend advertising, making content about it, that deposit in 1xBet, make your bets on Man City, Real Madrid, Champions League, Man City straight win, and all that. Our celebrities are promoting it. One problem. Another thing is that most of you people that are seeing into this thing, you have some set of people that you are following on Twitter, at which they always flaunt their winning tickets, which is inspiring you. Because I was getting my inspiration there. I was getting my inspiration from there back then. I would be seeing winning tickets, stake with 1,000 naira, winning 1 million naira. I was like, if they can do it, then I should be able to do it. Then when I didn't win, I was like, how am I different? How many years did I have that I couldn't win like they were winning? So one day, the Holy Spirit led me to discover one particular verse in the Bible. As Proverbs chapter 13 verse 11. And it says that wealth from gets rich quick scheme quickly disappears. Wealth from gets rich quick schemes quickly disappears. It is only hard work that makes money grow over time. Another version says that money earned little by little, money gathered little by little lasts longer. The Holy Spirit led me to that verse, and instead of me to get the right message from that verse, I misinterpreted it. I tried to manipulate that verse in order to fuel my own desire. So I was like, maybe the Holy Spirit was giving me another dimension at which I can make Sportybet work. So instead of chasing after big odds, I decided that maybe the Holy Spirit is telling me that I should be picking those odds little by little. So I made a plan then of rollover back then, in which I decided that I would gather games, little games, and which they will accumulate to become 2 odds. So I'll be playing 2 odds daily. My target was 7 days. I'll be playing 2 odds daily. So if I start with 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira will give me 10,000 naira. Stake that 10,000 naira, I will get 20,000 naira. Stake 20,000 naira, I will also get 40,000 naira, and so on and so forth like that. So the very first time I tried that plan, I made close to 200,000 naira at the end of the rollover. Even if not even more, I can't remember clearly, or more, around 2,000 naira I made. I was like, wow. I was giving thanks to the Holy Spirit's inspiration that I got the right inspiration from the Holy Spirit. I reduced some to clear some of my bills. I left some there. I continued like that. And it got to some extent that if I place a bet of 10,000 naira to get to 20,000 naira, that's in 20,000 naira to get 40,000 naira. Then instead of the 40,000 naira to get me 80,000 naira, then maybe one game will cut the ticket, and then I will lose the whole of 40,000 naira. It was consistent like that. I fell into depression again. I was like, what is happening again? I was following the inspiration from the Holy Spirit. So what's wrong? What's going on? The Holy Spirit led me back to that verse again, that it is only money made little by little that lasts longer. I thought about it. I manipulated it again, that maybe I should remove 2 odds. I should reduce I should reduce 2 odds to like 1.8 or 1.5 odds daily. Maybe that would be better. I continue like that. It goes to the extent that whenever I want to select my games, I will pray to God that God help me to select the right game. I thought I was wise. I was praying to God that, Lord, please help me select the right games. It continued like that. I was winning to get to a point I would lose all those money. I was seriously disheartened. I was weak, like why is it that those people, I was seeing those people that were winning big and all that. Why can't I also win big? Why can't I win big as well? I will play million tickets and then one game we cut it or 2 games we cut it. What's going on? What's happening? Why is my own like this? And then the Holy Spirit led me back to that verse again. But this time around, the first line, the first sentence of that verse, I went back to that first sentence. I was ignoring the first sentence before. And the first sentence that says, the money from get rich quick schemes quickly disappears. I was like, there is no how you want to manipulate, or there is no how you want to reduce odds in sports betting. It is still a get rich quick scheme. It is still a get rich quick scheme. In which, and that verse did not say that it will not work. That verse didn't say that it will not work, or that it is a sin or something, but it will quickly disappear. Even if you win, even if you earn the profits, it will quickly disappear. It took me days before I fully submit myself to these teachings. That's okay. You are saying sports betting is not a sin. Okay, for a fact, it is not. There is no particular place that it was written in the Bible that thou shalt not bet. I won't argue with you on that. But it's not a sin, but it can destroy your life. It can ruin your life. Not everything that is good is godly. Because it's not a sin does not mean that you should do it. Not everything that is good is godly. I'm talking from my own experience now so that you will know that I've been there. I know exactly the thoughts of so many people out there that are still in it. I know exactly what is going on in their mind, that they feel like this thing is a better side hustle. Okay, fine. You think of it as a side hustle, but if care is not taken, it will eventually become a main hustle for you unconsciously. Unconsciously, you discover that any money you earn from your normal work, any money you earn from your main hustle, you are putting it inside what you call side hustle, and everything is just going down the drain, just like that. And finally, what actually touched my heart the most then was the fact that I went back to my history, to my sports bet history. I compared my winnings with my losses, and I discovered that I don't lose a lot. My losses, my winnings was nothing compared to what I've lost. Nothing compared. Remember I said I won close to 200,000 naira before. So just so you know that, and I said my losses are much more higher than my winnings. So that means that I've lost a lot in this thing. If you go back and check your sports bet history and try to confirm it from your own history as well, compare your winnings with your losses. Better days ahead, isn't it? Better days ahead. Every hustler has a winning day. It's true. But before you actually attend that winning day, a lot is gone. So my brothers, my sisters, because ladies are also doing it too. This thing that you call side hustle, you might think that it is not a sin, but it has the power to destroy your life. There is a spirit, there is a dark spirit behind it that will actually keep pushing you to do more, put more money, put more money, put more money. And mind you, those people you are using as your role model, as your mentors, that are making it big, that you think are making it big from it, they are just deceiving you. That's just the truth. They are deceiving you. Many of them have their main hustle. Many of them are just taking it as fun. Many of them are taking this thing as fun, but you are not taking it as fun. You are desperate. I know you are desperate. That's why you are doing this thing. You are desperate for money. You are desperate for to solve a particular problem. That's why you are doing this thing. But it will eventually destroy your life. It can solve your problems temporarily. It can solve your financial problems temporarily, but in the long run, is it sustainable? You also know that this thing is a life destroyer. And you want to stop too. You are finding it difficult to stop. There is only one person that can help you, and that is Jesus. It's only Jesus that can help you stop, that can save you from this addiction. Because I was watching a video sometimes ago. Someone was praying that, yes, I know you want to stop too, but it used to happen. I know you might have experienced it before. As you actually plan to stop doing it, then you see you get a notification that maybe one of those that you are following on Twitter just won $1 million on betting, and that thing will just drop on your mind that you can also do it too now. So person just won $1 million. You too can also win $1 million now. So why do you want to stop? That thing will be dropping in your mind. I know, but only Jesus can help you to stop. It takes process. Firstly, delete all those platforms from your phone. Delete all those platforms from your phone. If you actually want to stop, delete all these platforms from your phone. That's one. Unfollow all those people that are giving you inspiration on Twitter, on Instagram. Unfollow them. Make sure you are no longer getting any notification from them. And then that Telegram channel you are getting your booking codes from, delete it. Delete it. Remove yourself from those channels. Then start praying to God. Pray to God for financial provision. Tell God to keep helping you. Tell God to keep helping you. As you are trying to stop yourself, devil will be putting some problems in front of you, as which you want to rethink that, should I go back to this thing? Because even after I've left it, some problems will come my way and I will be like, should I just go back to this thing? I need so amounts. I have this amount with me. Should I just go and place 2 odds with these amounts so that the money will be doubled and I will solve my problem and I will delete the app back? But then I'll just look unto God that God, I've decided that I will not go back to this thing again. Help me solve this problem in front of me. And miraculously, God will make a way. It has been happening. And what can happen for you as well. If there's any problem in front of you and you're actually having the second thought of going back to sport betting, just tell God, I've made my decision not to go back to this thing again. Help me solve these problems in front of me. And you see God coming through for you. But the moment you are going back to install it, that let me just do it once. There's always a first time for everything. And let me just do it once and you will stop again. It's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as that. So just leave it. Don't go back to it again. Forget about it. Forget that they ever existed. And watch God perform miracles in your life. See, God will just be looking at you whenever you are trying to solve a particular problem yourself with your own wisdom. God will just sit down there and be looking at you and be watching you that you are able. Let's be going. Just do it yourself. You will see eventually come back to you. leave it in God's hand. Let God settle it for you. Don't go back to it. Delete and forget they ever existed. Leave it all in the past. Let God take control of your life. Let God take the wheel of your life. Remember, not everything that is good is godly.